All right, so we were scrolling online and we saw this crazy picture.
Oh, yeah. What was?
It was after Hurricane Helene. And there's this Ford dealership, right?
Okay, yeah.
And their whole sales tower, completely dark, except for one little spot, lit up like a beacon.
So they had some generator?
Nope. It was a Ford Lightning.
No way.
Yeah. They were using the truck to power the lights. It was wild. Which, of course, got us thinking. How could electric vehicles be used as backup power?
Well, that's where bidirectional charging comes in, and I think a lot of people don't realize this is even a thing with EVs.
Totally. It seems like most people just think plug in, charge up, right?
Exactly. But the Ford Lightning and some other EVs can send power both ways.
Yeah.
So it's less like a car battery and more like a giant battery on wheels.
Okay, but I gotta ask, how much power are we talking? Enough to run a few lights for a couple hours.
Think bigger. The dealership ran for almost 2 full days on that Lightning.
Seriously.
Yeah, and the key to that is the inverter.
The what now?
The inverter. It takes the stored DC power from the EV battery and converts it to AC power, which is what most homes and businesses use.
Huh. That reminds me of that awful snowstorm we had a while back. Power was out for a week. I was freezing. No heat. Fridge was useless.
I hear you, power outages are the worst.
And it made me realize how much we depend on electricity. If it's out for a long time, things can get pretty scary.
Exactly. And it's not just inconvenience. For folks who rely on medical equipment, it can be life-threatening.
Oh, right.
But imagine if you had a Lightning. You could power a CPAP machine, keep the fridge running for medicine. It's a game changer.
So it's kind of like having a generator. But I guess way easier than trying to track one down in the middle of a natural disaster, huh?
Not to mention the noise and the fumes those gas-powered generators pump out. EVs are a much cleaner option.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, wasn't there something about those generators? Like, they pollute a crazy amount.
It's insane. One generator running for a day can spew out the same emissions as driving 100 miles.
Wow. So using EVs for power is not just about convenience. It's actually better for the environment, too.
100%. It's about building entire communities that can bounce back faster after these climate events.
Makes you think, right? Like, what if every neighborhood had a few of these EV powerhouses? It would change everything.
It would be a huge shift, less strain on the power grid, people helping people.
I mean, it sounds futuristic, but like you said, this tech is already here.
It is. Which brings up an important point, though. Access. How do we make sure everyone benefits from this tech, not just those who can afford a brand new EV?
That's the real question, isn't it? It shouldn't be a luxury to have power during an emergency. It should be available to everyone.
You got it. So as we move forward, we need to think, how can we use this technology to create a future that's sustainable, equitable for everyone? What other applications can you envision for this bidirectional charging? The possibilities seem endless, don't they?
I think so. Really interesting stuff to consider.